All right, everybody, we're joined by head coach Mike Leach. We're going to get started today by going up to the radio booth for Neil.
Coach, congratulations on the win, first bowl victory for this program in its last couple of tries. And the way that your team won it, holding on, getting a late score, winning a close game, is that a benchmark for your guys to be able to close a game out with so many youngsters?
I think it is. I think it's mixed, to be honest with you. I think that it was very good that we were able to hold on and close it out. And, you know, it was a very nasty day out there, swirling rain all over the place. And so, it was kind of tough for anybody to get in a rhythm, and they're constantly changing the balls out and the rest. And so I thought that was difficult for both teams. I thought it was going to take serious persistence to win this game. And I was very proud of our young group for showing the kind of persistence to do that. I thought, I wish we would have finished the game better. I thought that our last offensive series and defensive series wasn't very good. And part of it, I think guys got more caught up on being ahead than finishing. And so we've got to learn that lesson, I think. But it was kind of a gutsy game on kind of a soft, mushy surface where the ball bounced funny a number of times. People would slip and the rest. So, but I was very proud of our team to win it.
How important were the 2 turnovers to the outcome of the game today that your defense was able to come away with?
Oh, I think they're important. I think, we're kind of feast or famine on defense. We stuff them or get turnovers or get run through pretty rapidly. And we were kind of like that on offense too. We'd either march down the field or we'd go 3 and out, so it was inconsistent, I thought.
Thank you.
All right, guys, as we open it up to questions, again, if you'll put your name and your outlet in the chat, we'll get to you as we can. We're going to start with Steve Robertson.
Coach, it seemed like late in the ball game, you mentioned making the finishing drive. When Will went down and threw that touchdown pass to Tulu, I mean, is that the moment you felt like you had it, or you felt like there's still some football left to be played?
I never feel like you had it, and then they immediately confirmed the fact that we didn't. And as they marched downfield and scored either the next series or the series after that one. So, no, I mean, with that many minutes left, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. And I think both sides proved that,
A quick follow-up on that, too. Is that kind of enigmatic of the season that Will Rogers finds another freshman for the game-winning touchdown in the ball game to cap the year?
All our touchdowns were scored by freshmen, I believe, but you could check it. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, we've got some young guys that are enthusiastic and developing into fairly gritty guys. And so we've just got to keep getting them better. But we can't be all over the map on finishing games. There's no, being happy and dancing and looking at the crowd, that's for after the game, not during,
Next, we'll go to Ben Portnoy.
Mike, just what kind of happened in that post-game sequence? Sorry to not ask about the actual game, but what kind of happened there in terms of your view and kind of how that thing devolved there?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm kind of curious. All of a sudden there was a mosh pit out there. During warm-up, a group of their guys circled around our warm-up and were talking and things like that. And then I really don't know, I mean, I haven't seen enough film or anything to entirely let us off the hook on this thing by any stretch. But we haven't had any trouble with that sort of thing all season, other than, a thing here or there. We really haven't had any trouble with that. Now, I don't know if they have or not. I don't really know where the basis of that is. I've always thought Major League Baseball had the best point of view on it. Anybody you like on the other team, you can go ahead and call them the next day or the next week or whatever. Major League Baseball just walks in their dugout, which I've always thought that was a that was a pretty good way of going about things, you know, because anytime there's problems after a game, it's always, you know, with the handshake stuff.
And not just a quick follow up on the actual game. You guys had about pretty even balance. I think you guys were 30 runs, 30 passes today. Was that by design or just kind of a product of a crappy day in terms of weather?
Crappy day, and that's what they're giving us. And then, you know, we've improved on that aspect. I mean, we're doing a better job on run blocking and in our backs as far as carrying the ball, and which will as far as seeing what to check when. We had some mistakes there, but I thought, you know, some definitely some positives.
We'll go to Joel Coleman.
Mike, quickly on the thing there at the end, is that a situation where either from you or maybe even above your head, there could be some kind of long-term discipline handed out to some guys?
I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know what happened exactly. I mean, pretty soon there's a mosh pit and people are jawing back and forth and pushing and shoving. So I don't know.
And quickly too, I wanted to ask you about Tulu. He got you guys.
You probably saw it better than I did. You know, I mean, I'm standing there. I did out there on the other end of the field. You might have seen it better than I did.
And I wanted to ask you quickly about Tulu. Just it seemed like all day he kept providing you guys with a spark and things, and he's kind of progressed here the last few weeks of the season. Just how big was Tulu's performance today, both in the special teams game and of course the late touchdown?
He's gotten better and better at the end of the season, and you know, I thought he really did a good job. I think Tulu was one of the big keys to winning this game.
David Murray.
Coach, talking about Tulu and other things, you mentioned the balance of the offense, rushing pass, but what you call the hidden yardage, the return yards, and the good coverage on kicks. Was that also one of the big difference makers today?
Well, yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, you know, you want yards any way you can get them. You know, initially, offensively, we didn't have a lot of yards, but we had short fields and also got turnovers. So, you know, we didn't have as many tries for good reasons. You don't mind not having as many tries as long as they're for good reasons, you know, and for the most part today, ours were for good reasons. I thought we went 3 and out too much though.
Speaking about Griffin, what kind of, you know, his touchdown pass is a big deal, but the kickoff returns, even though one was called back, have you seen that from him in practice and building up to this game?
Yeah, he's done some good things that way for sure. And then, yeah, I would have liked to have seen him get credit for the other one. I mean, of course, that's another deal where others saw it perhaps differently than I did.
Tyler Horka.
Like pretty decent football game on both sides, given the conditions and whatnot. But it seems like all anyone wants to talk about right now is that brawl. How much do you think it maybe marred what you guys did out there on the field today? And how much do you think it'll be talked about going forward?
I don't think it marred anything that we did out there whatsoever. You know, it's just, it's dumb. I mean, the root of it's dumb. No matter what the root of it is, the root of it's dumb. And the continuation of it's dumb. So I would have that solidly in the category of dumb. And now, you know, where the dumb started, I'm not entirely sure.
We'll go to Bill Haston from the Tulsa World. Okay, we'll move on to Joe Cook.
Yeah, Coach, just the way that defense performed today, is this probably the best defensive unit that you've had as far as like your first year or first few years taking over a program, just how they performed today and just, you know, these last couple of weeks?
I think overall, I think they've been pretty good. I mean, we developed a little bit of an inconsistency today, but we got the turnovers to mitigate it, which I thought that was very good. And then, but yeah, I think this defensive group may be the best one that I've started out with.
We'll go to Courtney Robb.
Coach, you start the season with a ranked win, you end it with a ranked win, and a lot of ups and downs just in between all of that. How do you feel like your team progressed throughout this season?
I thought we progressed well. We got a lot of work to do, and as you progress, that does reveal other things to work on. We've got a lot of work to do, but we have the youngest team in the country. I think there were, I don't know, something like 4 teams in the conversation, but I do think we won that distinction.
We'll go back to Steve Robertson.
Coach, on the pick six return, there was kind of a wild sequence there. They got the call incorrect. What kind of explanation did you get from the officials on how they ultimately got that call right?
Well, first of all, I can't comment on officiating, as you know. However, I'll tell you this: if you go ahead and pony up, what's the going rate now? 25. Oh, 25. That will cost you $25,000. Now, you guys can chip in if you want. And from there, I'd be happy to share my thoughts. And I'm a guy that goes fairly detailed, so I don't think you'd come up short change, but you're going to have to spend $25,000 for that one.
Our last question for Coach today is going to go to Joel Coleman.
Mike, I don't think I saw Brandon Ruiz out there any today. Of course, Jace did your kicking and things for you on PATs and stuff. Just what's Brandon's status? What was it today and moving forward?
I mean, he's a good member of our team and a very happy young man, but was not available today.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.